What's up, guys? It's your boy, What If God here. Back at it, going to the new What If This What If Is. What If Deku was Batman Beyond, Part 1. Now then, before we get started, let me explain some things to you. It's been 15 years since the last sighting of Batman. And, well then, by that time, everyone, some people forgot about the legend known as Batman, others didn't. And, well then, that's all. Along with that, UA is a high school. And, yeah, so let's get started. We start on the sidewalk during the evening. As Izuku is walking along on the sidewalk to his home, he just keeps his head down and thinks about how his day went. He got paper balls thrown at him in the first block. Then he was pushed around by his friend, Kachan. He then was laughed at in class. Then, to top it all off, his notebook got exploded and was thrown into a small koi fish pond in Izuku's head. I would honestly like to say today sucked, but knowing how my other days go, this is better, pretty much good, or actually good. Sorry about that. He was walking along on his own business until he started hearing punches hitting flesh hard and smacking into it. He looked at the sound and saw 3 different thugs cornering an old man. The old man was slouched down, clutching his gut like it got punched. Izuku immediately ran at the thugs. Izuku, hey, leave him alone. He was then elbowed into the face and dropped onto the ground. Thug 1. Should have stayed out of this, kid. Thug 2. What were you trying to get mugged to? Thug 3. Nice try, kid, but don't think you can play hero. It won't help. The thugs then started to surround Izuku, punching into their own hands, cracking their knuckles. One of the thugs even had weird sharp teeth like he was part tiger. They all then started to kick around Izuku in the gut, punch him all around his body. They continued until that's enough. The 3 thugs turned around to see the old man they were just beating on earlier. Thug 1, just hang on, old man. Thug 2, yeah, you'll get your turn. The man then quickly swung his cane at the third thug, knocking him out cold and hitting the floor with a thump. The second thugs looked at the man surprised. I may be old, but all of you are still pathetic lowlifes to me. This just angered the other 2 thugs. Thug 1, get him! The second thug with tiger teeth then ran at the old man, ready to bite down on him. The old man though just used his cane to block the bite and then punch him in the face right after he did that. The thug let go of the cane, and then the old man knocked him out with it. Izuku was just on the ground watching in amazement at his moves. Then the first thug started to walk up to the old man. The old man was about to take him out until he started to clutch his heart suddenly and fell to the ground. Thug 1. Huh? Guess your time's up, old timer. The thug then pulled out a gun and was about to shoot the old man point blank in the head. Izuku saw this and immediately his body moved before it could think and jump at the thug. Izuku, no, don't! Izuku was now just fighting and wrestling with the thug, struggling to get the gun away. Thug, damn it, kid. You should have just stayed out of this. Izuku, no. Thug, kid, if you let go, I won't kill you and just mug the old man. Izuku. No, I won't let another villain kill someone. Izuku then summoned every last bit of energy and went power into one final pull. He yanked the gun out of the thug's hand and then used it to knock him out cold. He then fell to his knees to just mentally recover from everything that just happened. His eyes shot open though when he heard groans of pain coming from the old man. Izuku. Oh crap, sir! Izuku then ran over to the old man and started to help him out. Izuku. Sir, are you alright? Do you need help? Groaning noise will be heard. Alright, fine. I need my medicine. Izuku then started to lift the man's arm and then put it on his shoulder to help carry him. Izuku, where is it? My house. It's just down the street. Izuku then started to safely and quickly help the old man to his house. Once after that, a 10-minute walk, they finally made it there. Izuku was completely awestruck too. It was a freaking hotel penthouse. The building had a giant W on it. Izuku, what floor? Top floor. Izuku then just started to help him up to the elevator in the hotel. Once they reached the elevator, Izuku pressed the button for the top floor, which was 140. When Izuku pressed the button though, a robotic female AI voice speaks. AI. Unauthorized floor. Izuku, it won't let me go there. Just give me a sec. The old man then placed his thumb on the 140th floor button, and the button scanned his fingerprint. Then a blue light started to scan his face and eyes. AI voice. Voice identification required. Thomas and Martha Wayne. The elevator floor then closed and started to go up. Izuku's head. Holy crap. This guy is rich or something. Holy crap. Is this guy rich or something? Soon, they finally made it. And the doors opened. It revealed a dark but huge room with few lights on. Izuku started to carry the old man to a couch and lay him down. My medicine. It's in the, kitchen. The orange bottle with a blue cap next to the sink. Izuku then went to where he said to go. He found the pills. He then also got a glass of water and then walked back to the old man. Izuku, here you go. He gave the man the pills and water and he took them both. Thank you. Izuku, don't mention it. If anything, I should be thanking you. You practically kick all their butts. Well, still, if it hadn't been for you, I could have gotten shot. That was a pretty brave thing you did. And, well then, Izuku. Thanks. Hey, can I use your phone? I need to come on to learn I will be late. Sure. There's one in the living room. Izuku then walked away into the living room. He found a phone and then dialed his mom's number. Inka. Hello? Izuku. Hey mom, listen, I'm sorry about this, but I might be a bit late. Inka. Oh no, are you okay? Was it the bullies? Did they hurt you? Izuku. No. I just got caught in some stuff. Izuku. Oh, well, okay. What time will you be back? Izuku then looked outside to see it's pouring and raining. And the sun is starting to go down. Izuku, I'm not sure. But I'll be home as soon as possible, okay? Inko, alright, be safe. I love you. Izuku, I love you too. Izuku then hung up the phone and started to walk back to where he left the old man. Izuku, look, I don't mean to intrude or to take advantage of you, but is there any way I could stay here for a while until the rain stops? I don't mind. The house can get pretty quiet, so some company wouldn't be so bad. Izuku then sat on a couch across from the old man. The old man then decided to strike up a conversation. So, what's your name? Izuku. Oh, it's Izuku. Izuku Midoriya. The man then pulled his hand out for a shake. Bruce. Bruce Wayne. Izuku took his hand and shook it. Right? Izuku, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing in Japan? Oh shit. Bruce. What do you mean? Izuku, well, judging from the looks of you, from your home. You seem to be from America. Bruce. Aren't you observant? Sorry. Izuku, I guess when I want to be. Bruce. Well, I'm actually here on business. Izuku. So what do you do? Bruce. I own Wing Enterprise. Well, used to. Now I'm just a member of the board. Izuku. Well, that explains the penthouse. Bruce chuckles. I'm sorry. I'm assuming you're not used to this much class. Izuku. Me? No. I just have a nice apartment with my mom. Bruce. No father? Izuku. Well, he isn't around anymore. Bruce. I see. How did it happen? Izuku. It was one night when I got into a fight with him. He asked me to run an errand, but I was mad about school and forgot so, and he did it instead. Then a villain found him and tried taking his money. They fought my dad. But the villain ended up he ended up suffocated by some type of slime. Bruce. I know what it feels like. Izuku looked up at Bruce. Izuku. You do? Bruce. When I was younger than you, my mom and dad went to the theater with me. When we went to walk home, a punk with a gun mugged us. He then shot both my parents right in front of me. Izuku and Bruce both knew the same pain. The feeling of having the lowest of the low lives take someone important away from you. Bruce, how long has it been? Izuku, next week is going to be a full year. After a few moments of silence, Bruce decided to change the topic. Bruce, so, when we were getting mugged, why didn't you use a quirk, or was it not useful enough at the time? Izuku just rubbed the back of his neck with his hand. Izuku, actually, I'm quirkless. Bruce was pretty surprised by this. Bruce, really now? So, even without a power you risk your life like that? Izuku just shook his head yes. Bruce, you know, most people would turn a blind eye, not care, maybe even call a hero. So why didn't you? Izuku just pondered his thoughts, trying to think of an answer. Izuku, well, I don't know, really. I just didn't really think. I just moved on my own. The only thought that was going through my head really is not again. Never again. Maybe because everything with my dad, I just didn't want to see that happen to you. Bruce was very pleased with his answer, but didn't show it. Izuku, hey, can I use your bathroom? Bruce, sure. Izuku then got up from the couch and walked away. He never asked still where the bathroom was, so he was aimlessly walking around, trying to find a bathroom. Izuku said, man, this place is huge. Izuku then made his way to what appears to be an office or study room, with shelves filled with books. He was still walking around the room, trying to find a door that led to a bathroom. He really has to go. He found the door and tried opening it. When he tried opening it, though, it would only slightly move, like it was a ledge. Izuku then pulled on it as hard as he can, and it finally budged. Izuku, though, accidentally knocked over a head statue. Izuku said, "Oh no, that sounded expensive." The head, though, didn't break, and in fact, it opened up, revealing a red button. Izuku, being curious, pressed the button, then shifting of different gears and mechanisms and machines were heard being muffled by the walls. Izuku turned around and saw all the bookshelves turning around like it in a spy movie. Izuku, whoa. The walls were now aligned with all sorts of weapons and gadgets, along with multiple mechanics and glass cases with costumes on them. Izuku knows what those costumes are, though. He knows who they belong to. They all belong to Batman. The first suit was black with a bat symbol on the chest and a black cape along with a mask covering half the face, leaving the mouth open. The other suit was Robin's and was made to fit a kid. It was red, yellow, and black. Next belonged to Batgirl. It was like Batman's old costume but was purple and yellow. Then there was Nightwing with a black body and blue outline bird wings and a mask covering the eyes. Then the final costume intrigued Izuku the most. It was the last known hero outfit of the Dark Knight legend. It didn't have a cape like the others, and was completely black. It had a high-tech utility belt built into the suit, and and a red bat logo on the chest, and even had claws. The ears were a bit longer than the original bat suit. It looked really badass, though. Izuku, whoa, this is the Batman suit. Wait, then that means Izuku was then hit across the head and hit the ground. Izuku turned around quickly to see the old man, Bruce, with rage in his eyes. "Bruce, get out!" Izuku did as he was told and started to speed walk out of the room and to the elevator. He walks, waiting for the elevator door, and Bruce was walking towards him. And to say he was scared was an understatement. Sorry. Izuku, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I swear I was just looking for the bathroom. Bruce just stared at Izuku. No, he's staring into his soul. Bruce then pushed Izuku against the elevator door with the tip of his cane. "Bruce, you don't tell anyone about this. If you do, I'll fine you. Understand?" Izuku just nodded his fat head fast. Then the elevator doors opened and he tripped and fell inside the elevator. He then watched as the door closes and saw Bruce still looking into his soul. Izuku then made his way back home. Thankfully, it wasn't raining anymore. He didn't know though that Bruce was still watching him from the top of his house. Anyways, the next day, Izuku was at home on his couch just looking on at the TV. He just went through an incident with a slime villain. In fact, he recognized that slime villain. It was the same suspect for his father's murder. The same villain that could have killed him that today was the same one. Killed him that day. Today was the same one that took his dad away. The same villain who took something important from him. So many emotions were running through him. Fear, anger, guilt, regret, but even a bit of joy. Izuku said, "I can't believe I almost died today, and by the same guy who took him away from me. At least it's over now." While he's mad that his father's killer was out on the run for so long, he is finally glad that the villain is in jail. and got what he deserved. That was until he saw something on the news report on TV. The slime villain that held a school student hostage and almost killed another student is still at large. The villain appears to have the ability to regenerate any other missing pieces. If you have any evidence or information about the villain or its location, please contact a pro hero or the police. Izuku's eyes widened with shock. Not only did the villain escape, but they probably won't even catch him again. The villain was trying to run from All Might since he was the only hero who could stop him, but his time limit was already used up today. Oh, Izuku already found out about the whole secret, blah blah blah. Meaning that his father's murder is about to be home free, and there is nothing he can do about it. Izuku could only clench his fists in anger and frustration. Then he got an idea though. He does know someone who could do something. It may be a long shot, but he didn't have any other choice. Izuku started to put his shoes on and ran out the door. Izuku, Mom, I gotta go. Don't wait up for me. Before his mother could even say a word, Izuku was already 5 feet out the door, in front of Wayne Tower. Izuku was running in the middle of the night to Bruce's home. Izuku heads into the building and into the elevator. He then hits the 140th floor. AI. Unauthorized access. Izuku. Damn it. Izuku then looks at the button panel. He sees a phone on the side of it. He picks up the phone and dials 140. The phone picks up. Izuku. Bruce. Bruce? Please, I need your help. I know you said not to come back and to get out, but I need you. There wasn't an answer though. Izuku. Please, I need to find someone. I need to find him. It was him, the guy that attacked me, the one on the news. He killed my dad, please. There was still no response. Izuku just grew angry and frustrated. Izuku, with an angry tone. Fine then, I'll find him myself because you're no hero. A real hero would help bring a murder to justice. The real Batman wouldn't let him go. Izuku just slammed the phone into its holder, and just as he was about to press the button to open elevator doors, the elevator suddenly started to move up. Izuku was caught a little off balance and quickly regained it. He just smiled, seeing the floor numbers go up inside Bruce's home. Izuku was in the same study room where he found all the Batman suits and gear. They were, outright now along with a giant computer. Bruce, it's worse than I thought. Izuku, why? Bruce, well, from what you told me, he is trying to get out of town. So judging from the police scanners and reports along with security cameras and traffic cams across the city, it's safe to say that he might already be out of town. After all, he could have just found another person to use as a skin to hide. Izuku, but there has to be something you can do, right? Bruce, I can't do anything. Izuku, but you're Batman. Bruce just looked at his old suit with sad and tired eyes. Bruce, I was Batman. Izuku couldn't fool himself. He knows that Bruce is old. It would be unfair to ask him to risk his life like that. Not to mention, there probably is a reason he hung up the cape. And it's probably not big because of his age. Izuku. So, there isn't anything you can do? Nothing? Bruce then sighed. I know some pro heroes. I can ask them a few favors and give them a better idea where to look. Izuku, where exactly would that be? Bruce, on seeing how the police have cut off all the other exits and knowing the suspect can keep a steady pace of 10 miles an hour, and it's been 5 hours since the last no reporting of him, then the only close enough exit in a 50-mile radius out of the city would be the dock shipping yard. Bruce then left the room and went downstairs to make a call. Izuku, though, just looked at the Batman suit, the red and black one. He had a very bad idea that he knew was going to get his ass kicked. He didn't care, though. Although all that was on his mind was vengeance. A few minutes later, Bruce is walking back to the study room. Bruce. Alright, I'll call an old friend named Eraser. He then looks around and knows Izuku's gone. He then looks at where his latest suit is supposed to be. And it's gone. Bruce just grunts his teeth in anger. With Izuku in the sky near tall buildings. Izuku took the Batman suit right now. He was gliding around the city and doing it very poorly. The suit had wings stored in the suit that tucked in and out whenever it needed to glide. The wings were black on top and red on the bottom. Shaped like bat wings, and were aligned with Izuku's arms. Izuku was going up, down, left, right, and zigzagging everywhere. He did not know how to fly this at all, Batman. Okay, this is a lot harder than it looks. Izuku's feet then suddenly had rocket boosts activated, and Izuku immediately went high into the sky. Batman, I have rocket boots? Awesome! Izuku then started to fly towards the top of the building. He reached his wings and turned off the rocket boost. Izuku then grabbed onto a pole on top of the roof sideways and was spinning on it. He then eventually slowed himself down and was hanging on the top of the pole. Batman. Okay, I gotta focus. My slime villain could be gone by now. So if I wanted to escape as a slime villain, where would I go? And what would I do? Izuku then started to look around, scanning over the docks and airports. He then saw a cargo ship being loaded onto a cargo boat. He saw a giant gas tank and being loaded onto it. Batman. Bingo. Izuku then started to glide onto the cargo ship. To the cargo ships. On the cargo ship. Izuku landed right next to the giant gas tank. He started to slightly walk to the gas tank. Izuku then walked up right next to the gas tank and put 2 fingers on the gas tank. The suit then activated a surveillance feature. It could be used by putting any of the fingers on the surface, and the suit will listen in on whatever sounds the fingers caught. Izuku right now was listening in on whatever was in the gas tank. Slime villain. Okay, I should be good in here. Good thing the cops didn't get all of me. Otherwise, I would be stuck in a bottle in jail right now. Now all I have to do is wait about 2 weeks and I'll be in China. I should have brought a magazine or something. This is going to be a long trip. Izuku Hunch was right. He suspected that nobody would check the gas tank for live people. Plus, for a villain man of liquid, it would be perfect hiding spot. Izuku then backed away from the tank. He then pulled out a sharp bat-like device. He then tried to throw it at the gas tank and missed. Batman. I need to practice that. Izuku then pulled out another one and tried again. This time, when he threw it, it hit the gas tank. Then and stabbed into it. Batman fist bumps the air. Yes! The device then started to beep over and over. The slime villain. Huh? The battle rings then exploded, making the gas tank combust as well. Then the slime blew away and on into other pieces. Batman. Huh. Well, that was easy. Midoriya. Izuku then started to look around. Batman. Who said that? It's me, Bruce. Mr. Wayne? How can you hear me? Bruce Comlink. There is a radio transmitter in your cow. Batman. Oh, that's pretty cool. Izuku then started to look around and noticed the slime around him was starting to form again. Izuku had, that can't be good. Bruce Comlink, get back here and return the suit. Batman, sorry, I can't do that. Bruce Comlink, that suit doesn't belong to you. The slime then started to form a body until it grew eyes and looked at Izuku. Slime, well. Looks like if wannabe Batman found me. Looks like you're going to disappear twice. The slime villain sent a slime tendril at Izuku. Izuku threw a battering at the tendril, cutting off the villain's arm. and then used his rocket booster to disappear into the shadows. Izuku then hid on top of a cargo shipping container, watching the slime villain panic and look around for him. Batman, I'm sorry, Mr. Wayne, I can't do that right now. Bruce calmly, Izuku, you don't know what you're doing. You could get hurt. Batman, I know, and I'll give it back when I can. Just when I take out this guy. When I take this guy out. With Bruce at the penthouse tower in his studies. Bruce, fine then. You leave me no choice. Bruce then flipped a case on his desk, then that was connected to his computer. It was a red button. Bruce then pressed the red button. We cut back to Izuku in the shipping yard. The villain was wide open and ready to be taken down. Izuku was ready to take him out just as he was about to pounce on him, though the bat suit he was wearing started to short out, making him unable to move. Batman, what did you do? Bruce calmly. It's a kill switch protocol in case the suit ever became compromised. I gave you your chance to stop. Izuku was completely unable to move, and slowly he lost his balance. Soon his whole body started to lean over. He then fell from the top of the cargo holder to a wooden box, breaking it and making a loud noise of wood cracking and breaking. Slime villain. Huh. What was that? The slime villain heard this and started to approach the sound. Izuku was in a tough spot now. He can't move, and the villain was about to find him and kill him. Batman, Bruce, please. Bruce calmly, no. You had your chance to come back. You want to play hero, then you need to be prepared if things don't work out your way. Batman, look, I'm sorry. I'll bring the suit back, but I need to use it first. There was a long intense silence, with each second feeling like minutes as the slime villains grew closer and closer. Please. Then the villains finally came around the corner and saw Izuku helplessly laying in a pile of broken wood. Slime villain. You're toast, bat fake, was Bruce. Bruce gave in and pressed the red button, again giving Izuku control of the suit back. With Izuku, the suit felt less tense and loose, and suddenly Izuku could move again. Batman, yeah. Izuku then pushed himself off the ground, jumping into the air. He then got into a fighting position, getting ready to take on the slime villain. Bruce calmly, okay, now bring the suit back. Batman, okay, but first I need to take care of this guy. Slime villain, who are you talking to? Batman. Bruce calmly, aim your fist at his eyes. What? Just do it. Izuku then did that, and pointed both his fists at the slime villain's eyes. Then suddenly both of his fists shot out small, fast projectiles and hit one of the villain's eyes. Slime villain, I'm high! In Izuku's head. Whoa. Bruce calmly, now aim your right hand at something you can grab a hook at. Izuku quickly looked around and saw a vantage point he could grapple to. He aimed his fist at the roof ledge, and then grappling hook shot out of his wrist and attached to the ledge. Then his whole body was being pulled into the air towards a vantage point. The slime villain finally recovered and couldn't find where Izuku was. Slime villain, huh? Where did he go? Slime villain head. This guy can't actually be Batman, right? No, it can't be. The bat is long gone. Besides, what would he be doing in Japan? The slime villain didn't want to find out for sure, though, and fled the scene, with Izuku on the rooftop. Izuku was looking over and tracking the slime villain's movement. Batman. Oh, wow, this suit is amazing. I can even feel stronger and faster than I normally am. Bruce calmly. The suit has cinematic controls and neutral muscle amplification, meaning it can amplify strength tenfold. It also has flight capabilities along with other gadgets and weapons built into the suit, along with very best leading surveillance equipment. It's pretty old, but it's still cutting edge. Batman, then this is just what I need to take down that villain. Bruce calmly, forget it. You're coming back here and giving back that suit. Batman, that villain's about to go be home free. And here and there won't be another good chance to get him. Bruce calmly, I'll call the police and pro heroes. They'll take it from here. But I can do it with Bruce. Bruce, and I could shut down the suit again, and this time it will be for good. Bruce was about to press the red button again until with Izuku. Batman, Mr. Wayne, please. You know what it's like with Bruce. When you heard Izuku say that, he stopped where he was and listened to him. Back at Izuku. You know what it's like to have someone you love taken away from you because of a low-life villain or criminal? That doesn't mean you need to do this, though. Besides, I know what you want. You want vengeance, not justice. Batman, no! I want him, in an angry voice, no, I want him back. Izuku started to have flashbacks back to when it happened, the night his dad was murdered. Izuku, it's your fault I'm born like this. Izuku ran to his room, slammed his door closed. His dad felt hurt at the words that came from his own son. He wanted to make things up, but Inko insisted that he needed space right now. So his father left to do the groceries that Izuku didn't bother to do. 2 hours later, 2 hours later, his mother Inko was growing very worried groceries shouldn't take this long. Izuku was still mad though and grumpy the whole time. Then a knock was heard at his front door. Izuku wanted to go and answer it. When he opened the door though, he was met by two officers, both their faces filled with guilt and remorse, like they had nothing good to say. Like, tell the kid and his mother their husband/father won't ever be coming back home. As the flashback ends, Batman, please, it was all my fault. If I wouldn't have just listened to him and did what he said, I wouldn't have gone to fix my mistake. If I hadn't been so selfish and angry, then I wouldn't have just blown off grocery shopping and he would still have gone to do it. Instead, and he wouldn't have gotten killed. Bruce gonna feel nothing but pity and relentlessness with Izuku. What he is going through is almost just like what he went through. Batman. The last thing I said to him, I can't take them back. But I can't stop this guy. I can't make up for what I did. This is my one and only shot. I'm not nailing this guy. Please. I need to do this. There was a long, intense pause on the radio comm links, with Izuku begging his mind and spirit for Bruce to help. Bruce calmly, if you're going to track the villain down, you need to find a trail. Izuku eyes widened and the cow went wide, with excitement along with a smile. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. You need to trace this guy first. Then you need to find a way to beat him. Izuku then started to glide back down to where he last saw Billy. In the shipyard. Okay, how am I supposed to find him? The comics. Use the suit's forensic scanners to track out for the suspect sample. It allows a full, complete molecular, cellular makeup analysis to be made so you can track anything else that is similar to it or resembles it. Izuku then just did that. He saw trails of slime highlighted by his cow lenses and started to follow them. Batman. Okay, great now. I can find him and stop him. And how exactly do you plan on doing that? Batman, I haven't really thought that far yet. Right when he said that, though, he was slapped into the cargo holder by a slimy tentacle. Bruce, Midoriya, are you alright? Batman, painful grunt. Yeah, no, I'm good. Izuku then got up and stood on one knee. He looked back and saw the slime villain. Slime villain. I don't know who the hell you are, but you need to stay out of my way. Izuku then got up and put his fist up in the air, ready to fight. Batman, there's no way in hell I'm letting you get away. Izuku then threw a battering at the villain, but it just stuck onto him and was absorbed into his body, not doing anything. You know that Batman is supposed to be smart. You aren't that smart, so tell me who you really are. And he was cut off, though, when hearing a constant beeping, and the slime villain looked at Izuku. The slime villain looked at Izuku, seeing him, smiling. Batman, I am Batman. The battering then exploded, stunning the villain. It didn't hurt him, though. It just started to reshape back into his normal form. Izuku took the chance to get some distance from it and started to run away. Once the slime villain recovered, it started to chase Izuku. How the heck am I supposed to beat something I can't even touch? His quirk makes physical attacks useless, and fire and explosions have already been infinite. I can't even fucking say that word. Fuck it. As shown early today. Though it's still a quirk, meaning it still obeys the fundamental laws of all quirks. You could then jump onto the ledge of slime, then jump and dodge a slime tendril that was heading right for him. Which is one thing. There are a lot of laws of quirks. Bruce Comnick. All quirks are still just basically a muscle, meaning that he might have the same weakness as one. Izuku didn't realize where he was going with this. He then pulled out a blue batarang and made it pop. The batarang started to have a small spark, so electricity came out of it. Izuku did a 360 jump and threw the batarang at the villain. Right when it hit the villain, immediately he stopped, and soon his body started to freak out, contracting into small and different shapes and sizes and able to control his own movements. Slime villain. Ah! Batman. Your quirk may help against physical attacks, but your quirk still is like a muscle, and all muscle run off electrical signals. So, if electricity was added, your slime would react the same way as normal muscles would when a defibrillator is used. I can't pronounce words right now. The villain was screaming out and was unable to move his slime how he wanted it to. This wasn't going to stop him, though. If anything, this was just going to slow him down. As soon as the batarang ran out of power and the electricity stopped, the slime slowly started to form back to normal. And the villain's eyes grew angry. Slime villain. Grrr. Why the hell are you so persistent? What did I ever do to you? I know you want to lash out at him right now, but Bruce Comnick. But you can't. You have to stay focused and power through the emotions, channel them to one goal. Batman, why don't you catch me and find out, sewer for brains? Izuku then started to run away, and the villain followed, but slower this time since he was recovering from the last attack. Batman, okay, now what? Bruce Comnick. Head to that fishing storage building near the fishing docks. Don't go too far ahead of the suspect, though. Keep him chasing you. Let him think he's in control. Nizuku did just that, and led the sludge villain into an old fishing storage building. In the fishing storage building. Right when Izuku made it inside the building, he immediately grappled onto the ledge and onto a vantage point. Soon after, the slime villain burst through the doors. Slime villain. Damn it. Where are you, Batman? Face me. The real Batman will fight head on. This building had multiple freezers around stored with fish. It also had other accessibility, fuck, accessibility lines. I can't pronounce fucking words, bro. Lines where they proceed and clean the fish. Assembly line. There we go. There was also multiple tanks around. Bruce. No, I wouldn't. Batman. Okay, so what would you do? Bruce calmly. Looking at the villain is simple. His quirk has the same basic components and properties of water. Izuku then started to look around the building, seeing if there was anything that he could use to his advantage. His eyes locked onto the tanks around the room. Batman, what are those tanks filled with? Bruce calmly. Liquid nitrogen. Are you doing what I think you're doing? Batman, probably. Izuku then started to grab around the top of the roof while the slime villain tried to find. The slime villain. Show yourself, damn it! Izuku used the shadows and echo building to his advantage. So, every time he spoke, his voice would echo around the whole building. Batman. Why? You scared of Batman? The villain didn't notice, but one by one, Izuku was sneakily walking up to each tank and releasing all the liquid nitrogen into the air by twisting the valves. Slime villain. I ain't scared of an urban myth. If anything, you're just some cheap knockoff. Batman. Oh, really? What makes you say that? Slime villain. Because why would the great and mighty Batman focus on a thug like me? Huh? I read the news. You were a big-time vigilante hero taking out villains and criminals 6 times your size, with nothing but your bare hands. You're the man without fear. In fact, you inflict it among anyone who would think about crossing you. So if you're so great, why are you all of a sudden you just showing up and focusing on little old me? The slime villain didn't notice, but the room started to grow more and more cold. He even began to shiver a little bit. Batman. With Batman. Because I had something personal against you. You killed a good and honest man. He had a loving kid and wife, and you took him away from them. Slime villain. Oh, so it's vengeance you're after. The slime villain was now standing next to a tank filled with liquid nitrogen. He didn't notice, but Izuku shot a small piece of a blue gel substance at the tank. No, I want justice for what you did in answers. Slime villain. Oh, really? What would you like to know? Izuku then dropped from the ceiling in front of a dark landing in front of the slime villain, startling him, making him back up towards the tank. Batman, I want to know 2 things and 2 things only. Izuku was not even in a fighting position, and was just standing still, up straight. Batman, a year ago, you killed a man. What reason could you possibly have to take an innocent man away from his family, and to kill him in cold blood? The slime villain just smiled, feeling cocky. He had the guy in sight. He had the guy in sight, and the perfect chance to attack him. He would soon know to regret this attitude. Slime villain, I want a snack and use him as an easy flesh cover ATM. It was a good soda and Pringles can too. Izuku just stood there looking at the slime villain with a serious look. The villain felt like he had him right where he wanted him. Until Izuku started to grin, and slowly it turned to a smile, and then chuckled to himself. He then chuckles. This sent the villain off guard. He's supposed to be scared. He was supposed to be begging for his life. The slime villain, what's so funny? Izuku didn't respond though. In fact, he turned his back and just walked away. The slime villain, hey! I said what's so funny? Still no answer. The villain grew angry. Slime villain, you think you can turn your back on me? The villain then threw a tendril at Izuku, but before it could even reach Izuku, The gel that Izuku shot at the tank earlier created a tank contained explosion, creating a huge leak in the liquid nitrogen tank. Slime villain. What the hell? The liquid nitrogen was spraying all over the villain's face. His liquid body right into its place, making the tendril stop mid-air, a foot away from where Izuku is standing. The slime villain. What's going on? Why can't I move? Izuku then turned around and look in his white triangle eyes. Sent the villain's soul straight out of his body. Izuku then walked right in front of the villain. Face. Batman. Now, for the second question. And I want you to think very hard on how you answer. The villain's frozen slime body trembled at the sight of Izuku. Batman, tell me, are you scared now? The villain was indeed scared. No, not just scared, because that was an understatement. He was petrified of Izuku right now. Slime villain, who are you? Izuku then punched his hand into the slime villain's body, creating a giant hole where his stomach would be. Batman, I said it before, and even you said it yourself, but I'll say it again. I'm the Batman. Izuku then pulled his hand out the villain's body and completely shattered the villain, making him fall into millions of pieces. Later, the cops and pros show up. They search the area and they don't find Izuku. What they do find, though, are the pieces of the slime villain's body scattered around the floor, placed around from above. Though the ice creates a symbol. The symbol looks like a bat. Izuku returned to the penthouse and returned the suit like he said he would. He then went back home and finally went to rest, knowing his father's murder has been put to justice. The next morning in Izuku's house. Izuku is woken up from his bed with a knock on his door. It was his mom. Inko. Izuku, sweetie, you need to get up. We have a guest. Izuku is curious as to who could it possibly be visiting at this time of day, and slapped some black gym shorts and a red jacket on. And Izuku walks out of his room. His room and into the living room. He is surprised to see Izuku. Mr. Wayne. Izuku is sitting on the couch next to Bruce, having some coffee. Inko, would you like any more sugar, sir? Bruce, no thank you, miss. I believe I met my quota for the day. Izuku, I don't mean to be rude, but what are you doing here? Inko, honey, Mr. Wayne, Bruce, please, just call me Bruce. Inko, oh, I'm sorry, Bruce wants to offer you a job. Izuku was kind of surprised about this. Izuku, really? Inko got up and slapped Izuku's shoulder. Inko, oh, don't be so rude. In shock, Bruce is being very generous. Bruce chimed in, though, with his unusual nice old man act. Bruce, oh no, if anything I should be thanking him. Why, this young man saved my life from a couple of thugs. Inko immediately knew what he was talking about, because she remembered him calling saying he would be late because of some stuff. Inko then slapped her son on the shoulder again. Inko, that's what happened? She then hugged her son in a sweet relief he's okay. Inko, oh thank God, you're okay at least. Bruce then got up from his seat, standing tall and proud. Izuku, so what exactly is it you want to hire me for? Bruce, well, in my old age, the small things can be hard, so you will just do those small things for me. An errand boy, if you will. An ally. Would you be interested? Izuku knew he wasn't really talking about his job, or at least not the one he is talking about. No, He was talking about becoming Batman, being the next Batman. He's like, I would love to, Mr. Wayne. Batman, I warned you. I can be difficult. I can be a difficult person to please. I expect the utmost best performance from you. Anyone who works for me, performance from anyone who works for me. My bad. He's like, I think I can handle it. Bruce, very good then, Midoriya. Bruce then put his hand out for a shake along with a look in his eyes showing that he is talking about something else, but saying yes means the same thing. Izuku then takes his hand and shakes it, giving the same look in his eyes. Bruce, welcome to my world. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that with us. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and comment what you think about the video. And yeah, thank you guys for so much, and bye. It's been a wonderful.